guess what? This is version number 3 because I forgot to record. So I've done this all before. So I'm going to whiz through it this time. So this is one of my April orders. And I just thought I'd share that with you. So the Ningxia Wolfberries, if you love these, you should get them in your cart because these won't be available shortly. Unfortunately, the Australian labelling rules have changed, and I'm pretty sure it's about not labeling, I'm pretty sure it's about radiating them, and they don't want to do that. I'm not 100% sure, but these won't be available anymore. So grab them if you love them like I do. I like to coat mine in chocolate. Yum, yum. I got that's upside down for you. I got the macaron diffuser. This one is so beautiful. It is ceramic. It's very minimalist. I gifted the last one that I had to somebody. I really like this just for like a super serene look. Just gonna put it down. Sorry, excuse me. I've also got and the macaron diffuser came with peppermint oil. So I've been using peppermint oil a lot lately. I'm feeling a little bit exhausted, and so I find it really helpful just to give you that bit of a lift. I also diffuse it. I have one of these always in my workspace. So this is one of the wonderfuls in the limited. I like this color better. I wish they came back in that color, but anyway. And so I use it a lot just to help me focus on tasks at hand, and love peppermint in there, or even just like in your handbag for a little bit of a peppy lick, or to keep your breath fresh, or to cool you down when it was hot. It's also great if you have any kind of bites or anything. It stops them hurting. And if you don't have one of the more pain relieving oils, it can also be helpful on a pain. Like I have a really sore shoulder at the moment. So if I didn't have a pain oil, I would use that at a pinch. This is the Thieves laundry soap. It comes in a box now. I'm not sure why it does come in a box, but I love that, we're going more, more ecological. I think that just protects it, because one of the issues, being in small business myself, one of the issues is when you're shipping things around, Australia Post does not tend to be the most delicate, and they throw things around, and then when things get broken, it's like your fault. So Young Living has to replace things if they get broken. So they need to make sure that they're not sending stuff that can easily get disrupted in the box, if that's why you're wondering why there's more packaging. With this one, the Thieves laundry liquid, that was a gift, obviously. Young Living tries their best, but they're not perfect. But in terms of this, where it comes, so obviously we've got the concentrate. So we've got isn't it like 80 bottles? I mean, so many bottles that you make out of this. So the plastic bag there, I would reuse. So when I go on holidays, I take my portable water filter with me. And so I reuse things like plastic bags like that, because I don't want the water dribbling in my bag. And that was a freebie this month. I mean, that's pretty awesome getting that as a free gift. It's amazing. Bought another wonderful diffuser. They were a limited edition initially. I love them. Putting water in the diffusers slows me down. I take one of these when I travel. The battery lasts a really long time. I also have one in my car. My daughter has one in her room. I have one in different areas of the house, because I could just go press the button and it's on. So you just put the whole bottle in, and then away you go. You don't have to worry about water and topping it up and all the rest of it. And the battery lasts quite a long period of time. What's next? I've been buying from Young Living for 19 years. So since I was pregnant with my daughter. I've never bought the granola. I'm not a massive cereal kind of person, but my boys quite like granola, and I just thought I would give it a go. I trust Young Living. I trust the way that they do things. I remember the farmer, when we went to Queensland last year, was talking about the way that the einkorn is farmed, and you can just be sure that Young Living is doing things for your health benefit, not for their pocket. So yes, they have to make money to be able to make a business so that they can continue to do this. But all of the people that I've spoken to, their heart is really in the right place. So I'm really happy to try that and see how it goes. This must have been a free gift, because I wouldn't naturally order a soap. I don't use bar soap myself, but my dad loves it, so I'll give that to him. These are really handy. When my son goes on camping things, sometimes I'll cut a little bit off so that he can do that. Or I use bar soap in the laundry, but it's not something that I use on my body, not for any other reason other than I just prefer the shower gel stuff. I'm wearing my glasses because I keep forgetting to order bloody Illuminize. I don't know what happens. I tell you what happens. I figured it out is because I'm manipulating things to try and get the perfect PV amount that I get freebies, but not pay extra. That Illuminize comes out. But next month I'm going to go in and just put a whole shed ton in because I'm wearing my glasses and I literally don't need to when I take this. So you watch I've been wearing my glasses for about 3 or 4 days now. So I will double dose with this for a little while because that kind of like just brings those levels back up and then I don't need to wear my glasses, even though I kind of like these glasses. I think they look cool. But Illuminize for me is just the shit. I can't tell you how good it is. It's also really good for your skin as well. So just telling you. Blue Relief is, so you were supposed to get Northern Lights Black Spruce, I think it was. They've run out because there were so many orders put in this month because the promos were so good, actually. I'm not sure why, but anyway, or because, I don't know. Anyway, they've run out, so I got Blue Relief instead. Blue Relief, I like the smell of. Kerry, don't laugh. I have still a lot of joint pain with my autoimmune disease. And so I often will do things like, and when I get out of the shower, I put a body oil on. And so I will just dump a bottle of this into it. And then I will be benefiting from that every day. And actually my shoulder is really sore right now, but I would not put Blue Relief on underneath a white shirt, but I would do it in the morning diluted with the body oil because otherwise I'm going to stain my shirt. And yes, it does come out blue. Pine oil must have been a freebie. I don't love the smell of it. It's really good for respiratory things, but I don't love the smell of it. But you can cover that up. So I do use it around the house. I do use it. It's typically used a lot with cleaning, but I will add things like citrus to kind of like lift it a bit. It's funny because I had recurrent pneumonia a number of times. So I know that I should be looking after my lungs, but it was just after my mum died and that's got a lot to do with the lungs and grief and whatever. And so I know that I should be looking after my lungs because it can be an area where I hold emotion, but I don't love the smell of it. So I just spice it up with other things. I definitely ordered Cypress. Cypress, I really love. I smashed my toe the other day and like all of the skin, it's really gross. Anyway, Cypress is really good for stopping bleeding. And also I often seem to cut my legs when I'm shaving. Anyway, Cypress, I always have one in my bathroom. It's also really good for circulation. If you look up the book, it says it's really good for lymphedema as well. And so I like that one with dry body brushing and all that kind of stuff as well. Where am I going here? Citrus Fresh came with the diffuser, with the wonderful diffuser. We know that's highly detoxifying, as per the protocol in the Facebook page. I like it in Ningxia, so does my son. Interestingly enough, I like the taste of it. Then what else am I going to talk about here? Excuse me. I've got a box of Ningxia Zing that I put in the fridge because I can't be without Zing. I don't drink coffee all the time. It's not great for my nervous system, but I love a Zing during my workday. I find it really refreshing. I drink it a bit less in winter, but and my kids like it instead of kombucha. I have a lactobacillus overgrowth. So I find that I can't have kombucha or fermented veggies at the moment, which I absolutely love, but I can have the Zing and it gives me something a little bit different from water. And I think I've said before, it's not bad with tequila either. But when I say that, I don't drink tequila very often. Sclerescence is a hormone supporting oil, really good for us females. I tend to encapsulate it and take it that way. It's got a really pleasant smell as well. It's more kind of like estrogen supporting. And then Purification, I'm not sure if I ordered it or if it was a freebie. They no longer say on the list if it's free or not, and I just can't remember at the end of the month. But Purification, I love it. I just really enjoy the smell of it. It's really good for the laundry. It's really good for the mop bucket. I like it to clean out my dog's crate and kennel, and I like diffusing it. It is really good for helping to shift the mood in the house as well. Imagine it kind of like purifying that energy as well as putting it in stinky shoes and all that kind of crapola. Another energy one is transformation. So often you guys know I order a lot of oils for my business, but this is a really like Cressida focused box. I needed it. I love transformation. So transformation, I'm doing a lot of work with my business at the moment in changing strategy a little bit, and I'm launching a new course. And so I've been sitting down having some really in-depth, I guess, thinking sessions. And I really enjoy using transformation in that process. A lot of people love abundance. I'm kind of a bit like with the smell of abundance, but for me, I love transformation. I find it like it really opens up my creative thought process. Is that even a sentence? I don't even know today. I was also going to add, because there's a few of us doing the Ningxia reset, the metabolic reset. So my mother-in-law, my daughter, myself, we ordered Ningxia galore this month. That's just in a different order. And so I'm just going to tell you that we've got Ningxia coming out our proverbial bum. And I can't wait to do that. I think it'll be really fun to do it together. And I really, quite frankly, just need that energy boost too of like focusing back in on healthy, not that I was unhealthy, but just those really conscious choices of nourishing yourself. Feeling a little bit depleted, as I know that many of us are, because I've heard a lot of other people say that too. And just really looking forward to knowing what it, like Louise said, what it feels like to consume that much antioxidant. And, you know, it'd be interesting to see how quickly my glasses come off my face too. I do like my glasses. Raven. Raven is very Denka rubby smelling. I love it. I love it for, it's actually a respiratory kind of focused oil, I think, but it's also great for sore things. It is really beautiful for, have you got kids who have growing pains? You know, when they get the, anyway, I think Raven is beautiful for growing pains. It feels like a warm hug to me. It's beautiful when it's actually energy boosting, I think, and warming. So it's nice for this time of year. Have I done everything? I left this till last because I'm excited. I love this. So do you know the story about Vala? I think I've shared it before, but I'm just going to quickly go over it just in case I didn't. Oh, my earring's doing something weird. So original Vala. So the Vala that we know and love, which for me is only overtaken by Kid Power, which for me is better than Vala because it's just, I don't know, it's the best. My son says that, he says, I don't know what it does, but it just makes me feel amazing. And that's pretty much how I feel about Kid Power. I've got rollers of Kid Power everywhere. Though I don't tend to diffuse it very often. It's something I really apply to myself. But Vala, I ordered this when I went to New York last year. And when I opened it, I had goosebumps like all the way up my spine. And every time I smell it, I get the same kind of thing. So what happened was, I'm pretty sure it's rosewood. I can't swear to that because, you know, I'm feeling a bit foggy at the moment anyway. That would be the adrenal dysfunction. However, the pertinent thing I'm saying is that this oil, the tree that the oil came from was becoming, extinct's not the word, but I'm going to say extinct because that's all I can think of this afternoon. And the oil, Gary created a new version of Vala that didn't contain that oil. And then what he did was so that's the Vala that we know that we've always had until this one came back. And so, or sorry, not always had, but the one that I'm familiar with because it's the only one I've known over this period of time. And then he planted a whole freaking forest of these, let's say it's rosewood. Let's say I'm right. So say it's rosewood. And finally, must be more than 20 years later, or like around 20 years later, these trees are ready to be harvested and create, you know, whatever they need to do to make it into an oil. And so this original Vala is back. It feels amazing. For me, it is super high vibe. I really can't just urge you enough to get some of this. Just get it. That is it, I think. I'd love to see you guys in the Ningxia metabolic reset. There are around 60 odd people in the group so far. I have approved a bunch of people today. As I said, if you're not sure, just shoot me a message on Facebook Messenger because that's the easiest way because it's on Facebook. It's just easy for me to connect you that way. And just make sure you put my name down when it says who referred you or Sula's name, and then I'll just know and I can just go in and just say yes. So I think it will be such a lovely thing to do together. And I know that there's a lot of mums that are feeling quite depleted at the moment. And so just doing this thing where we really hone in and focus in on things that we can do to nourish ourselves, take out a little bit of the things that are not so good for us, and just really focus on pumping in those antioxidants. I can't wait to see what it feels like having so much Ningxia that and it's because I've got so much around the house. I'm like, I kind of want to get started, but then I also want to wait until we start. Anyway, don't know if you guys are feeling like that, but I'm really excited. If you have not got your Ningxia yet, don't worry, you could order on the 1st of the month. And even though the reset goes for 14 days, you can still do the other things until your Ningxia arrives. If you're near Broth Bar, Sula sells bottles of it. If you're near me, I can give you a spare bottle until yours arrives. So don't freak out, but I just can't wait to see how we feel. I'm really excited for the information, and not to be rude, Sula, but I've obviously heard you speak a lot, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from some of the other people about their, tips and tricks to really elevating their health, because putting that all together, we always learn something from each other. And so I'm really looking forward to that. That went on for a really long time. Sorry, guys. See you soon. Bye.